वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
इस तपस्या वर्ष के संपन्न होने के बाद प्राइस तो ले लेना, लेकिन आगे जो कर्म और योग, सेवा और योग, जो भी बैलेंस की स्थिति बताई हुई है, बैलेंस का अर्थ है समानता। याद, तपस्या और सेवा में समानता हो, शक्ति और स्नेह में समानता हो, प्यारे और न्यारेपन में समानता हो। कर्म करते हुए और कर्म से न्यारा वो अलग बैठने में स्थिति की समानता। जो इस समानता, बैलेंस की कला में नंबर जीतेगा, वो महान होगा। दोनों कर सकते हो कि नहीं? सर्विस शुरू करेंगे तो ऊपर से नीचे आ जाएंगे। क्या समझते हो? ये वर्ष तो पक्के हो गए हो ना? अभी बैलेंस रख सकते हो या नहीं? रख सकते हो कि सर्विस में किटकिट होती है, होती है। सर्विस करने में किटकिट होती है, होती है। होती है किटकिट, नहीं होती ना? ना नहीं कहती है, इससे सीधा होती है। इसमें भी पास तो होना है ना? पहले सुनाया ना कि कर्म करते भी, कर्म योगी बनते भी लवलीन हो सकते हैं। फिर तो विजयी हो जाएंगे ना, कि नहीं? हो जाएंगे ना? अभी प्राइस उसको मिलेगा जो बैलेंस में विजयी होंगे। Sadhu.
Om Shanti, the greatness of purity. Purity, the sign of the great bestower of knowledge. The challenge of Brahmin life is to become a conqueror of lust. To make this impossibility become possible is the indication of this elevated knowledge and the great bestower of knowledge. Just as worldly Brahmins are indicated by their top knot and sacred sash of thread, so you true Brahmins are indicated by your purity and your code of conduct. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 20, the greatness of purity. Purity, sign of the great bestower of knowledge. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. You can hear now? Yes, yes, I can see. Okay, everyone is okay. Very good. Yes, yes. Happy to see each one of you. Baba's explanations from the Murli, whether listening from Avyak Bab Dada or just Murli, or listening to the points on greatness of purity. Is Baba making everything easy or difficult? Yeah, more details we hear, it makes us think to look at our chart and give ourselves marks, right? I think we're doing well, right? Baba is asking, year of tapasya was ending in 92, and it was the time for to get prize or award. Baba said, even the year is over, but it's important to maintain the balance of, especially while serving others, I should be served. While doing actions, still be in love for Baba, Karma Yoga. Balance, Baba said, will make you equal to Baba. Because Baba says that when there is balance, you receive blessings. And when there is balance, you can be in blissful stage. So we will continue, pay attention, and maintain the balance. Whatever world thinks is impossible has become possible, easy, and natural for Baba's children. Becoming majority of the people feel that it's impossible. Not only we follow the purity of action or physically, purity of controlling the organs, but we go further than that. Purity to an extent that in world today of impurity or full of vices, we are able to maintain all maryadas. It is so interesting that there are lot of spiritual organization where there are some only men, only brothers, or there are some only sisters. Of course, small centers are different, but when we go to Madhuban, so many come and came in the past. Everyone was surprised at the purity where they all work together. But still there is so much purity. And the quality of purity. One time, Dadi Prakashmani, she had this thought to invite all the important gurus because she always had this feeling it's God's home, it's God's bandara, they should come, accept Baba's hospitality, and could be served Brahma Bhojan also. So one of the guru came to see Dadi in her room, her sitting room. And Dadi is so pure and so naturally pure, but then also that purity indicates some innocence. So he was sitting. Generally, they would want to sit uh, on other sofa. Dadi said, come, sit next to me. So he said when he sat there, first he couldn't, like he didn't feel courage. But when he sat, so Dadi was, making her sari go around the shoulder. And he said little piece of sari touched him and he was shaken like there was so much purity. Said I couldn't believe the current. Mm. So the purity, the conqueror of lust, and in that, because that has lot to do with love for God, connection with God, and also when you come in contact with others, the attraction, power, they could feel the blessings from that purity. So I really think that each one of us should value our purity, not waste it in any, the power of that purity. Keep your self respect. As I said, feel great all the time. And nothing is big for you, right? We can make uh, everything. We have everything Baba has given us. all what is required for our sustenance, good sustenance. We are not only surviving, but we are being sustained. A lot of people say surviving, managing. No, for us, it's God's palna, God's sustenance. No? In Path of Bhakti, they believe. There is a very beautiful song, Palanhar. God is the one who sustains. And that experience is at confluence stage in this Brahman life, that Baba is sustaining me. Baba had said when there was partition of the country, not only Baba said anyone will be able to look at you with evil eye or in body consciousness, but you will be surprised that the government call them and start supplying them all food grains, food material, wheat and rice and oil, and they will deliver them at home. Everything, milk and vegetables. So, it's very interesting. You will listen to Murli tomorrow that when there are weak thoughts in the mind, what will happen? Will this happen? Will we get it? Not get it? And other is to have elevated thoughts of faith and determination. Oh, Baba will provide. So subtle thoughts, subtle weak thoughts also is lack of purity, no? Lack of faith in Baba. But have every thought elevated thought. What will happen is no question. Baba is there, Baba will take care of us. And really, magic happens. I have experienced maintaining your stable state, faith, and elevated thoughts, elevated awareness. Have big pull of resources in a very natural way. When there is any kind of famine, drought, or lack of something, if you go to temples, people still take everything to offer to deities. When I hear the story of sisters when they went to Moscow, Russia, souls could only bring one banana because everything was very expensive and they had little money. At that time was still Russia and then Soviet Union. But there were 10 souls, so 10 bananas. 300 souls, she said, it was like mountain of bananas, 300 bananas. So they offer bhog and give. When I went first time in 82 to Russia and St. Pete, they just give you one rose flower because it's equal to $1. But by the time at train station 40 people gave, was such a big bouquet of flowers. Sudhaben said, once I said, I need ginger. Everyone brought a piece of ginger and there was mountain of ginger. Because they didn't have this thought, what will happen, that people don't have money, will they offer bhog or not? No. Abundance. Now, if you go, I have seen in video the new place in Moscow, like palace, two big buildings. And the way they have set up, made halls, their furniture, amazing, amazing. And same is St. Pete. They have accommodation for 40 people at the center. I had been second time also I went, but now it's their own places, Baba's places. Even there are so many things are so difficult there. It's their elevated thoughts, their purity, their faith in Baba, their own determination makes everything, everything. Never be concerned about circumstances. Baba's children, Baba's places, and Baba has to serve through us as instruments. I'm just not just living a life, but living a life of instrument. Baba has to serve through me. Baba has to serve or make us serve through the sacred spaces or centers. Mm. So, with purity, impossible becomes possible. But let that power of purity in your thoughts, words, and actions, where you always think elevated, speak elevated, and do elevated, to protect yourself, to be a good example, follow all the maryadas. Maryadas help us to maintain love amongst ourselves. All conflicts, disputes, isha, there is nothing, no space for that. Pure love amongst all of us as a family. So value the purity which you all have. Live with that honor, respect, and dignity. Serve the world with this awareness. And of course, everything becomes easy, possible, and successful. Om Shanti.
Purity, sign of the great bestower of knowledge. The challenge of Brahmin life is to become a conqueror of lust. To make this impossible become possible is the indication of this elevated knowledge and the great bestower of knowledge. Just as worldly Brahmins are indicated by their top knot and sacred sash of thread, so you true Brahmins are indicated by your purity and your code of conduct. Om Shanti.
The greatness of purity. Purity, sign of the great bestower of knowledge. The challenge of Brahmin life is to become a conqueror of lust. To make this impossibility become possible is the indication of this elevated knowledge and the great bestower of knowledge. Just as worldly Brahmins are indicated by their top knot and sacred sash of thread, so you true Brahmins are indicated by your purity and your code of conduct.
पवित्रता की महानता, पवित्रता श्रेष्ठ ज्ञानदाता की निशानी, ब्राह्मण जीवन की चैलेंज ही है काम जीत। यही असंभव से संभव कर दिखाने की श्रेष्ठ ज्ञान और श्रेष्ठ ज्ञानदाता की निशानी है। जैसे नामधारी ब्राह्मणों की निशानी चोटी और जनेऊ है, वैसे सच्चे ब्राह्मणों की निशानी पवित्रता और मर्यादाएं हैं। ओम शांति। Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. So today is Saturday, so we'll be having our chit chat session today. But just want to let you all know tomorrow's schedule is remain same. Amritwila 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Sakar Hindi Murli, then followed by meditation, Bhog offering, English Avyakt Murli, and the evening 6 o'clock meditation start, Spotlight Drishti sharing Hindi series. Tomorrow is a World Meditation Hour, so just to let you all know, and then also English series and Avyakti journey. So now let's invite our angel brother. Welcome to Avyakti journey, Avyakti Parivar Chit Chat. Sweet conversations that overflow with insights and inspirations. So welcome, dear Brother Eric.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti, Avyakti Parivar. Om Shanti, Mohini Didi, everyone. Hope everyone is good, feeling fresh. Here in Montreal is very, very, very warm, so I'm very warm today. Hope you're all good and fresh. And so, Mohini Didi, we're having chit chat and having inspiration and insights. That's good. And so, welcome. And I was having chit chat with myself this week, and I know the topic is greatness of purity. And I was also connecting greatness with the fortune. And I was very curious to hear you about the balance, that we keep between wanting to be fortunate, so being concerned with creating the right fortune for ourselves, and serving. And I was remembering one brother in Madhuban one year when I was asking him, so what's your effort? Because Baba said, if you want to ask a clever a clever question to someone, ask him or her about his effort. And the brother said, I just want to create more fortune. So I'm creating fortune and I'm making my fortune number one. I said, oh, that's good. And today I was thinking, am I really concerned with creating fortune? And, we hear Baba mentioning so many times, you should be concerned, that don't miss your fortune. What status will you obtain? You should have king status, emperor status. Don't be ordinary status. So how do you see this desire? Is it okay to have a desire to have a great fortune, or should we not have that? Is it okay to want to be fortunate in the golden age? I mean, and in the future?
I think that fortune has past, present, and future. I am fortunate. I am creating fortune, and I will be fortunate. So if we look at all three aspects, now whatever I have done, like one of the song, in the Murli, I have come with awakened fortune. So that means I am fortunate, right? That awareness is very important, that I am a fortunate, because all attainments, Baba's introduction, purity, is my fortune. But also, Baba says concerned because we shouldn't become careless. I am fortunate anyway, right? But then in our Brahmin life, both ways, whether through spiritual efforts or through serving others, I have to create fortune. Because as much I'm increasing purity, love for Baba, love for others, creating balance, all effort, I'm becoming fortunate. But also any opportunity I have for service, I can serve the souls and also create fortune, because there are two ways. One is through awareness, other is through actions. And that is at present, right? And we know that whatever I'm doing at present, I'm also creating future at the same time, because it's accumulating. And whatever is accumulating, my percentage is increasing. And that is where in golden age, my fortune will be great and number. Now in golden age, relationships, I think once you ask for someone, are based on the purity. That means number one, soul, second, third, is their purity, 100% purity. But then it's also even 100%, it's little less, So our relationships are on purity. And of course, it's the fortune. So I always think of fortune. I am fortunate. And because I am fortunate, I must keep creating more fortune. And because I am accumulating fortune in golden age, definitely I will have whatever status, but a decent status, a good status. Not necessarily everyone becomes number one, but in golden age, almost everyone is number one. Yes, part is different of king and queen, and then other kingdom, third kingdom. Part is different, but the quality is actually number, especially in the first few births, first birth, second birth with first Lakshmi Narayan, all the souls, limited number, but they all will be very, very fortunate ones. That's how I keep in my mind that I have to take care of all three aspects.
These chit chat are really wonderful. Every time I have a question or a thought or a topic, I doubt a little bit and I think maybe this is too obvious, and I will ask such a simple question. And then every time you come with an answer that just explodes in our mind, and I thought, oh, I'm so glad I asked the question because you take us into another level. And so I like that. But also the thought is, do you measure your future fortune? Like, checking sometimes, like when you're stuck, like you go and check, do you have enough potatoes for the week? Do I have enough, carrots for the week? Do you go into your treasure store and say, oh, how am I doing for the next 84 births? Do I get enough? Or, oh, I should create more fortune. Now, do you have any of that business concern with your future fortune?
See, I can look at my whole day and see how the things are. If I am fortunate, they work out and opportunities are there. Was able to keep a good chart. So from the day, one day I can immediately know that today I accumulated enough, and definitely that gives me clear idea about I always believe that if today is good, tomorrow will be better, day after will be better. But just pay attention that your concern shouldn't become a tension also, and have that self trust that you're making good efforts, and you sincerely making yourself available for Baba's service, and you're becoming qualified instrument, or whatever Baba is saying, we are doing it. So definitely that's self trust is there of future, that I am a very fortunate soul. I don't look for what status I will get, but I know that I will have a good status. All of us will have, in whatever way, whether some become king, queen, some become rich subjects, and they all are interdependent on each other, right? So yeah, we have enough for future.
You never asked Baba, like you said, if you want, you can ask me and I'll tell you. You never wanted in such a region secretly to ask him, by the way, Baba, what will be the next?
No,
what this chit chat comes from also is because one morning, to be honest, I was a little bit tired in Amadvela. I don't know, I didn't hear anything, nothing happened. And I was, studying early, but nothing happened. And then the thought came, not being tension, there was no tension, but it was just a thought, do I have the same awareness I had in the beginning in my childhood days when we were told and we're hearing, Baba says 1 second of confidence age. If you miss it, you're missing one, it's 1 year maybe in the future. And I was thinking, wow, like, do I have that awareness that every moment is, hey, but God is on earth, but God is here. I should be paying attention more. So not creating tension, but working on my awareness so that I don't waste any time. And I feel if I don't create my fortune now, I'm going to regret. I can't do it any other time. So I was not panicking. I was not panicking, but I got a little bit alert and I thought, hey, don't fall asleep on your fortune because this is the only chance.
Yeah, that kind of attention is very valuable, but sometimes it could happen, right? It does happen. So you can't sit back and, feel bad about it, because anything which is not right, worrying about that also waste of time, right? Okay, it happened now during day. Maybe you do more concentration during day. You can, do something more so that it can help you next morning. So I think that, yes, we accept it, but then don't worry, because, as I said again, it's more waste of time. Not only that, but
I was not really worrying. I was not worrying, but I was wondering if the desire, or not the desire, but the aim to pay attention to my fortune could alter the quality of the service I do. So if I give gyan, or if I share Baba's love, Baba's message, and I have the thought, oh, this is good. Let me do this course. I'm busy, but I will add to my fortune. By thinking of that, am I canceling the altruistic nature of service?
it's all right. No, looking at adding your balance is not wrong.
So a little bit of accounting in service is okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Adding looking and adding to your account, saving account, no, like whether in a financial way also, if you are able to save and put some money, no harm in doing that. No looking at, oh, I created more fortune. I don't think there is any this is not expectation from others, right? This is just whatever is logic, no, reasonable, to see, oh, I added to my fortune, I added to my account of fortune more. I don't see anything wrong in such thoughts, and you are still altruistic because you're not expecting from others, right, anything. And you did it and you are happy about it. So if you are happy to look at your account, just be happy, there's no worry, no problem about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's for me it was an inspiring element to be aware of the fortune, but also to connect fortune, like you mentioned. Greatness is not about what you possess or what you achieve. So I was thinking of balancing so my awareness of fortune, not on the basis of only the karma, but on the awareness and the quality of the karma when it's performed. Otherwise, I'm miscalculating the fortune as well. I can put the vacuum cleaner at the center and think I'm accumulating a lot. But if I'm wasting my mind at the same time, then my fortune is not so great. So I was really intrigued in assessing the purity of the fortune and how we make it. And I was thinking, well, am I in the right business here? Am I doing it right? That was interesting that.
That's what I said. Awareness and actions both are important. And okay, if some days you are only doing actions, that's good also. At least you're creating some fortune. But if you want to create more, and also to every moment feel accomplishment, it's only possible when there is awareness and action together. No, Baba keeps saying karma yogi. Not only karmas, even they are good ones, but karma yogi, love for Baba. And maybe you are doing it because of love for Baba, love for Yagya. But if you have awareness, you are in love, it will have different experience,
I wanted to know if you're okay with taking the rest of our chit-chat time for what I consider still a very delicate topic, but because it came up in our homework for tomorrow, we keep hearing the challenge of Brahmins is to conquer lust. And I know the very beautiful and blessing mode thought is we already dealt with the gross form and we're only talking about little thing. But I'm wondering if really we can help also, because lust, I think, I don't know, if we're still trying to conquer lust, I think for many, it's still not just in very, very subtle form. And I remember when I was younger in Gyan, for what I found very, very difficult was to be exposed to very elevated knowledge. When Baba describes your perfect stage and you feel, wow, yes, I want that. But the next hour, you're on the street and there is a form of attraction and body consciousness. And then we feel guilty. Then we have trying to manage, those two things. So I know I've done my work, but I've talked to many, many Brahmins, and sometimes I think after many, many years, still lust is bothering a lot of souls in different forms. And I don't know, what are your thoughts about it? Or, it's a tricky topic, but we still need to do effort to overcome lust. Or any insight and inspiration?
I think that this purity in awareness is very important. That awareness, pure awareness will help us to bring changes in our inner attitudes or mental attractions or, so somewhere more subtle work is required on the self. It's not something external, but, subtle. And also, one thing I think they must be doing definitely is following principles and maryadas, right? Even inner struggle might be there or attraction is there. So a day will come, they will find, the moment will come that they don't have attraction, And I remember that when we talked to Dadi Janki about love, she keeps saying that when there is purity and love, there is attraction, but that attraction is not physical. With Dadis, like we had so much attraction, right? Everyone would like to touch their hand or, all that, but there was no body consciousness. So everyone's inner love for Baba and also thought of purity. Keep your principles, maryadas in practice, and very soon you will find that you don't have physical attraction. Attraction might be there, but it's not towards body or that kind of impurity. Attraction, I think attraction towards spirituality of each other, speciality of each other, love of each other, that is always there. And I think it will remain, right? This when there is conversation between Lakshmi Narayan or Radhe Krishna, so one of the conversation is that how do they Krishna addresses Radha, or any woman is by saying goddess, Devi, Devi, Devi. And so I like that word, and I said that there was a lot of love between Radha Krishna, there was a lot of love between Lakshmi Narayan, but their relationship was so pure that what they're looking in each other is that divinity. So everyone will have that. No, don't consider it struggle, because Baba is helping you. Baba will help you. Just keep your spiritual inner practices and maryadas. That's what I would say. Right?
I think some may feel asking Baba if he can help a little bit more, but the
Ask
thought is
Baba.
sometimes that we hear from some seniors or some souls that they never had any problem with lust. That it was not something. So I don't know. I feel that we envy them, and we're very very respectful to those souls. But many other souls, had married life. Even Brahma Baba had married life. Some had a very different lifestyle before coming to Baba, and the sanskars can be very, very deep. So I think for many, to overcome the discomfort, because I think we don't necessarily deal with guilt or shame, but sometimes it's discomfort in managing some body consciousness and traces of lust, still going to Murli class, going to sometimes, we offer Bog, and then, it's difficult for some souls to maintain the level of purity. And I wonder what has been the most helpful for you to reach that higher stage of purity. Is it the purity because of meeting Baba in the Sattva region? Is it your golden age experiences? Is it your protected childhood?
It's not only seniors, but there are a lot of souls. They don't have that, they are very comfortable in purity, right? There are a lot, brothers and sisters both. They are very loving, they are friendly, but they don't have physical attraction. So I think as much you create love for the souls, don't control yourself, lot of love for the souls. Now for myself, I think that as I said, there was lot of love, friendship, closeness with the Baba's children or even otherwise. But I never had like pull in a physical way, what I'm saying, that I didn't had, I just felt that body is respectful, and I was sharing, I think before, that I always believe that nobody should touch this body because it's very pure, it's divine, it's God's instrument. And so I didn't had that problem. And I didn't hear from any people having problem with me also, in the sense of they had love, lot of love, but nobody came and said, oh, I have lot of physical attraction to you.
Yeah.
I think because when your spirituality is visible, your spirituality is in your thoughts, words, and actions, then others don't feel that attraction also. They will have attraction, but not physical attraction. So, yeah, it's journey. Those who want more help from Baba, tell Baba, no?
Mm.
Baba will give you more help one day. Everything will be okay. It's going to happen. Yeah,
Do you feel
that's
there's a
all.
difference? Is there a difference in the purity of the confluence age, the purity in the soul world, and the purity in the golden age? And are we missing sometimes maybe the experience of the highest purity of the golden age? Because that's the one where there isn't even a memory of lost, or there's no trace. But in confluence age, we're surrounded by we may maintain our purity, but it's not around us. So do you feel that there is something there to explore the difference between those three types of purity?
Confluence stage is the combination of stage of incorporeal and divine stage,
Hmm. You
because it
see,
is.
you always tell us something like somebody should write it down. This is very important.
No, because as I am soul, eternally I am pure, I am loveful. So I am invoking that stage of incorporeal and preparing for my golden age, right? At confluence age. So main practice is incorporeal and aim and emerging that divine and pure, uh, for golden age also. So it's a very beautiful combination of both at confluence age. Now, whatever is happening in the world is emotional, it's ugly, it's vicious. So whatever is there, of course, there are some, if you sit and watch movies and if you read the books which has all kinds of things, so then you are allowing your sanskar to be sustained, right? But if you are not and you live in the world, so I think the soul conscious vision towards everyone and my own practice of incorporeal stage, and I am preparing for my future divine stage. So it's beautiful, at confluence age. Very good.
Can I invite you, maybe, only if you're comfortable with, but just for the last 2-3 minutes, sometimes you have an amazing way to, not meditation commentary, but just expressing in a few sentences, how would you describe the stage of the Brahmin who has conquered lust? How would you describe the stage, I am the one who has conquered lust? Tell us, how does it feel?
Yeah. Purified Father, comes and touch the soul to become pure. As a soul, look at your body as your beautiful costume to play part, or even to be instrument for God, maintaining that inner and external beauty. I just feel the purity first from God, because Baba is ever pure. And because he is ever pure, He is ocean of love. He is ocean of peace, ocean of all the qualities. And for me to become the master, ocean of peace, love, happiness, I recognize the purity of my eternal soul, eternal self. It's this purity that gives me experience of pure love for everyone, very peaceful and a still mind. Purity is the source of all other experiences. It's in purity I can stay close to God. And it's in purity that my love emerges for every soul. We all are close to each other together. And a big family. It's only purity helps us to remain together in an unlimited family. The love which emerges from purity help us to extend our love to entire world. It's the purity which is the source. And of course, I feel great. And I see the power of purity. Every thought get accomplished. Recognizing the value, the power of purity, it inspires me to keep elevating my level of purity so that it becomes 16 degrees perfect. So I'm a pure soul, elevated and divine. An instrument of God to transform whole world. Om Shanti.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. My computer screen has never been so bright. I think the Vyakti Parivar was in the Sutta region. Must be. And thank you so much. You know, for me, I think you just made the word lost into lost in Baba's love and in Baba's purity. So I transformed the words lost into lost in Baba's love and in Baba's purity. Thank you. And I'm sure for the homework tomorrow, everyone will find it very easy. And we should keep listening to that tomorrow. My homework will be easy. So thank you. And the Toli must be white today.
It is white.
It is, you see, purity. What is it?
It's a cookie, vegan cookie.
Vegan cookie. Is it
It's
made with
very-
the fresh butter you had for Krishna the other night?
Mm, that I don't know, but
I
it's
don't know.
nice story.
Thank you.
Okay. Huh? Next. तो ऐसे ही बोल रहे हैं. Okay, good
Thank
night.
you, Mohini Didi. It was lovely. I'm sure everyone will take lots of benefit for tomorrow's homework. Thank you so much. And I'll take benefit a lot too. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you so much. This was really amazing chit chat, because some of the things in everyone's mind and how you have brought up Eric Bai was amazing, and the way Didi answered was also so good. And that meditation was extra gift to us. Thank you so much. And now let's remember Baba. We already remember, but this is extra again. So with the song, and we'll take Drishti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti and good night, everyone. Om Shanti.